Who the fuck is Barcelona? Hey, hey. 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 Who the fuck is Barcelona? Hey.
Hey guys, and welcome. And of course, I'm here with the main man himself, Francesco. It's good to be back on our show, bro. And it's good to speak to you again, man. How are you?
Well, I was good until before the weekend arrived, and got to watch my team get slapped around by a newly promoted team. But other than that, everything's going good.
Yeah, from what I saying.
How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Obviously coming back from the holiday, little trip, well, 2 trips. But content's still flowing. Obviously, I couldn't do most of my shows, which was annoying. But hey, it is what it is. We're back. We're ready to grind out content, and obviously we're back for our show. And yeah, from what I said, I was watching the Cultural show, and someone said the last time that team beat you was 100 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1925.
Which is crazy.
There's
crazy
a picture of it all over Twitter. Yeah,
madness. But hey, man, like, it don't mean your season's gonna be shit. Not necessarily. Obviously, if you continue to do that, but
well, yeah, it's just funny that they were saying that to me. Yet Juventus is, I believe, the team that lost to Benevento a few years ago. But anyway, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, you'll make certain man cry.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Which is funny, And again, this is an FCB Milan show, a Bayern Munich Milan show. But if that certain guy's watching or he goes to watch, it's quite funny that a certain man scored today.
Vlahovic, the savior of my club.
It's just crazy because we were all in our group chat for the show. We were slandering him, like making fun of him. And in my head, I'm just like, why do I feel like this man's going to come on and score? And sure enough, he scores. And I'm like, yo. And then I see Gio like, yeah, yo, he scored, bro. Yeah, hold that.
He's such a fraud, bro.
Oh, man. I'm like, yo, now all of a sudden you love him? You love the guy all of a sudden?
Like, don't get it twisted. I'm a fraud because of what I'm about to show you, but I'm just shameless. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just shameless. You know what I mean? Like, when this guy's banging in goals, like, I'm shameless, but I will also still admit though that this guy don't turn up in the big games. You know what I mean? So it's like shameless, but at the same time, still remaining in the same fact that Harry Kane doesn't turn up in big games. You know what I mean?
So why don't we start off with Bayern? I mean, I don't watch Bundesliga, but obviously you could give better insight than me since it's your team. I heard that they won 6-0. So tell me what happened.
We absolutely sent them packing, to be honest with you.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it live because that was literally the day and the time. Like when it started, I was in the airport to come home. But I have watched the full game when I got home, so I do know what happened in the game rather than just watching the highlights. But yeah, man, just great game. I'll say, just showing again, he is just levels, and it's kind of insane that he's 23 years old. Doing this, I like, don't get it twisted. When we signed him, I thought he would be a good player, but I didn't think that he would be as good as he is. Like he wasn't the type in the Premier League. Like the bit where he was good was like a tiny section of the season. Does that make sense? Like, and
just to make sure, who are you referring to? You referring to Kane or you?
Michael Olise.
Olise. Okay.
So like, he was injured for most of the season in Crystal Palace. Come back, then was amazing. Scoring free kicks against United and so on and so forth. And was their best player. And it was obviously a reason why Chelsea and Man United wanted him. And then when we got him, I thought, you know what, he's going to be a good player. But, maybe he'll score like 10 goals a season. Like, not too good. But yeah, he is, for me right now, the best player in the world. I'll
definitely say the best player in your team, in my opinion.
Yeah, like the guy.
And then you got
bonkers. And like, from watching him in real life as well. And, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that everyone can do that. Obviously, I was lucky to do that. But like, the runs he makes, how intelligent you can see he is on the pitch, certain things you don't see that the cameras pick up, is kind of crazy. Like, yeah, he's just levels. So yeah, he scored the first goal. Luis Diaz scored the second. And then Olise scored it again, and then we go into halftime at 3-0, come back, and yeah, then we get Harry Kane with a hat trick. Which, by the way, the goals he took, and how he took those, that's just Harry Kane. I've always said that Harry Kane is like, I think he's one of the greatest finishers of all time.
He's a goal poacher for sure.
Yeah, like
1000%.
Just the way that he can allow and place the ball where he places it, like it's kind of crazy. Like you've seen strikers in the past just smash the ball and it go in, but he's like placement.
Well, that's why all those years he was at Tottenham, I was just like, man, when's this guy going to make a move to a big team? And I'm just waiting for him to make that big move. And when I heard that he went to Bayern, I was like, finally, bro. Like, finally. You know, he could finally get what he deserves, you know, especially when he won his first trophy last season. I was like, it's about time. If anyone deserves a trophy, it was him. 1000%. It was him.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think he would go down as like one of the greatest strikers of all time if he would have started at Real Madrid, you know what I mean, or started at Bayern or something like that. But because he was at shitty Tottenham, you know what I mean, like no one really cares. But the fact that he's scoring goals after goals after goals, and you know, obviously when we picked him up, he scored 30 goals that season. Then he scored 36 for us in 32 games, and then he scored. What did he score last season? I think it was in the 40s. Pretty sure. Let me have a look quickly.
It was up there. He had a lot of goal contributions last year.
Let me have a look.
Like I said, I don't watch German league, but I know he was banging in goals left and right.
Yeah, so 26 goals in the league, so 10 less than the last season, but he got 11 goals in the Champions League. So yeah, he was still that's 37, and then he actually got a goal in the Pokal, so 38 goals. So yeah, and the Club World Cup, they don't even count as the stat either, because they're not on Google, which is kind of crazy. So
with the way that Bayern have started so far this season, do you guys at the moment, do you miss Jamal Musiala?
I think
would you wish that you would still like to have him on the pitch?
Yeah, I think we will always, you always miss that guy, you know what I mean? Like, again, people won't like what I'm about to say, but like when Messi wasn't on the pitch, Barcelona missed him. Now I know people could have like, you can't compare him to Messi, but in that sense that he's that good of a player. Now will he ever be Messi's level?
Still young too.
Still young. So as long as he can stop getting injured, like going through his career, I think he's going to have a wonderful career. Hopefully, all at Bayern, but we'll see. For me, we still do miss him because he's just that good of a player, and I think we could have scored a lot more goals. We could have scored 10 goals, I think, against Leipzig with Musiala, because just the creativity from him,
I'm just nervous that with Musiala, when he comes back from that injury, I don't know if he's going to be the same player he was. You know what I mean? Because that's a serious injury.
Yeah.
But then again, I could be wrong. It's just, even if it's on a rival team, I hate to see star players get injured, because with how well they are doing for their club, and to just see them go down like that, it reminds me of what's his face, man? He was at Monaco when he was the Falcao. I don't know if you remember Radamel Falcao.
Yeah.
He went to Monaco. He was supposed to go to Chelsea or Manchester United, I think, in that summer window. And when he suffered that ACL tear, because he was one of the hottest strikers in the world in terms of his goal scoring ability, when he suffered that injury, when he came back, he was not the same. Especially when he tried to revive his career when he went on loan to Manchester United. He scored that one goal, and then after that one goal, that was it.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. I just hate to see star players when they're in such good form get injured.
But look at R9. You know what I mean?
That is true. He's another one.
League,
R9 was another one.
Imagine if he never had an injury.
It's like in Milan's case with Pato. I hate to go to the past, but it's like Milan's case with Pato. What if he never tore his hamstring so many times? The type of player that he could have become, not only for Milan, but just as a footballer as a whole. It's things like that I can't stand those kinds of things.
Oh, fully. Yeah, fully. So yeah, like someone like him, someone like Alphonso Davies going into this team, it's just going to be crazy. And yeah, so that was the game as a whole, which was always nice to beat them because just the way that they come up in the league and everything, they're just scum. And I love that the what do you call it? What do you call the higher up fans that you've got them?
Curva.
Well?
In Italy, we call it the curva. The higher up fans. Like, are you talking about the diehard fans?
Yeah,
like, at least for Milan, it's Curva Sud, and then I know with Inter, it's Curva Nord, and I think for the other teams, it's called they have different names. It's Curva something for the other.
Yeah, I can't think what they're called for Bayern, but basically they had a banner saying "fuck RB," which I love.
As fans do.
Yeah, no, 100. So yeah, no, fully. But other than that, news-wise for Bayern, Kim Min-jae staying. I've been trying to sell him on the Calcio like I'm a fishmonger.
Can you send him to Milan, please?
So yeah, it looks like he's staying unless a crazy offer comes in. We're trying to loan Sancho. We're trying to loan Højlund. And there was some news today. Now it hasn't come from like a big source. It's like one of those insiders that we are trying to poach Dybala from Roma.
Really?
So yeah, his current value is 8 million, and it's saying that Bayern are going to try and get him. If we can get him, then I'm getting excited because.
So why are you guys going to get him for? Why, to replace Thomas Muller?
No, I wouldn't say that, but just for depth, because we obviously were pushing heavily for the young German guy Nick Foddermaid, and we bidded 60 odd million for him, and they still said no. So I think having a second striker, someone that can fit in the tech, just basically squad depth, because our squad depth is so bad. Like we don't even have like okay players on our bench. It's literally dead ballers. Or it's kids, which I'm all for having the youth, but they're not going to get that much. You know what I mean? Like they're going to get.
I was going to say you guys produce some good youth players, though.
Yeah.
So listen, be grateful that you guys produce youth players because Italy, like we produce youth players, but not as often. Yeah, Italy still tend to struggle with that.
No, I'm with you, and I think that is the thing, though, isn't it? Like. You can't rush them into big games. You know what I mean? Like they have to get minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes rather than here's 90 minutes. 90 minutes for a young kid, if he has a shit game, is going to take him back however many steps, you know? So, but yeah, man, if we can get Sancho and Højlund or whoever we get, let's see what happens. Because, I think as well, Kim Min-jae that's not going to get as many minutes because we've got Upamecano and Jonathan Tah is actually going to be a better Kim Min-jae than him playing injured, obviously. He's not like one of the things I other than the injury, obviously, playing injured is obviously never good. But I mean, like, if he hasn't got that pressure on him to be the number one centre back for Bayern, I think it's going to do better for him, if that makes any sense.
Makes sense. So you're adamant that, or not adamant, you're content with keeping Kim, just for the depth's sake. You're content.
Yeah, with because for me, when we went to Jonathan Tah in the transfer window before we got him, I was like, is he gonna come out and is he gonna come in? Not come out. Is he gonna come in and be a backup, or is he gonna come in and be like a straight starter? Because, playing for Leverkusen is one thing, but playing for Bayern Munich is a whole different ballgame. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's generally how I seen it. But, yeah, he looks really, really good with Upper.
I got a deal for you. Yo, you give us Kim Min-jae, we'll give you Tomori. No questions asked.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind actually Tomori. I like Tomori. I've always liked Tomori.
You sure? Sure?
But I've watched him. I haven't watched him religiously, obviously, like you would, because it's your team. But I've seen bits of him. I like him as a player. But yeah, like if you're saying he's really bad, then maybe not.
He just hasn't been the same since he was a few years ago. That's the problem with him. You know, he gets beat by his opponent a lot. You know, especially when he's trying to defend someone 1-on-1 or just marking anyone in general. Even in crosses, you know, he gets lost a lot of times. But he's not the only defender. The entire back line is like that.
None,
You know.
I'm with you. But yeah, on Milan, what are you thinking? Obviously, you lost, so you're not happy. I get that, but like,
well, like typical Milan, they started the game off strong. You know, they were creating chances, but the one thing I was noticing was the midfield of Cremonese was dominating the midfield of Milan. I was very shocked to see that Loftus-Cheek and Yusuf Fofana were starting. I was really expecting both Yassadi and Samuel Arici to start, especially Samuel Arici since he had an amazing preseason. So they both started, Loftus-Cheek and Fofana, and both of them were just basically picking dandelions out in the field, man. They were just getting beat by the defenders, not by the defenders. They were just getting beat constantly in the midfield, getting dribbled past, not marking their man very well. Their passes were way off. Loftus-Cheek couldn't even get past the first man, whether it was on a cross or a through ball pass. Fofana was trying to pass it to a ghost throughout the entire game. And as typical, Fofana just kept shooting from outside the box. I swear to God, like, this man needs to be fined a week's worth of wages for every terrible shot that he takes throughout the entire course of the season, because it is just god awful. You know, I would think after the first 400 attempts that he would stop. No, he just proceeds to continue doing it. Santi Jimenez, the striker, just kept getting bodied off the ball easily. He really needs to hit the gym in terms of, you know, increasing his strength and hold-up play, because he has bad hold-up play. You know, I still have belief in the guy. I really believe that he could try to, you know, really get going and set it out with Milan. But, you know, so far it's not looking very good. And just his first touch really lets me down sometimes. You know, when he touches the ball, he kind of looks like Vlahovic a little bit. He just scrambles the ball and loses the ball out to the defender that's marking him. And the back line, Tomori, Gabia, and Pavlovic. Pavlovic, he was at fault for, in my opinion, was at fault for the first goal. He really should have marked, what was the guy's name? I'm just going to say the Cremonese defender. The Cremonese defender should have been marked a lot better when Pavlovic was trying to mark him. And he did make up for it by equalizing 1-1. But, you know, there was just a lot of defensive mistakes and a lot of miscommunications from all three of the players. Estupinian on his Serie A debut looked very shaky. I was not impressed whatsoever. He really couldn't shield the ball very well, and he gave the ball away from time to time. I was expecting him to make some darty runs down that left flank, but it seemed like he was a little hesitant to do so. But, I mean, we'll see what he could do in the next game against Lecce. And just, yeah, other than that, it was just disappointing. You know, it just people, the team just, it's like where they left off from last season, just sluggish play, bad defending. Even in the second goal, which, in my opinion, I don't know if you saw the goal by Bonazzoli. It was a bicycle kick or a scissor kick. Very beautiful goal. But again, you know, in that goal, Fofana, just bad man marking. And it's just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of sloppy play. And Allegri has a lot of work to do to try to shape this team up. He actually had a meeting today with the sporting director to see if there's other moves that they can make on the transfer window. They're talking about trying to get another striker in Vlahovic, but if I'm being honest, they shouldn't even go for a striker right now. They really need to strengthen that back line and get a few more center backs.
Did you not give Boniface?
We were supposed to, but it was the deal's called off due to his failed medical because of his ACL injuries. Yep, it's called off.
Oh.
So Boniface is a no-go. And it looks like we're going back to trying to get either Højlund or Vlahovic, which most likely will probably be Vlahovic. But I also heard that we're supposed to get this other guy from Sporting. I don't know if you know the player very well. I personally have never heard of him until today. I believe he goes by the name of... Give me 1 second. Can't find it. AC Milan transfer. He's a striker, I know that.
Was it Sporting, did you say?
I think it was Sporting.
Sporting.
I think his name is like Hardy. Harder. Yeah. So
Conrad Harder.
So that's the striker that they're targeting.
Young.
I've never heard of the guy. If someone in the chat can let me know how good he is. I don't know if he's good or not.
No, I have no.
But apparently Milan are willing to fork over 25 million euros from what I've heard to get Conrad Harder on the team.
Okay.
So that's really all I have. It's just a very disappointing weekend, man. I was expecting us to get the win, but I was let down. It's like where we left off from last summer. Or not last summer, last season. Excuse me.
Interesting. See, so it wasn't your fault that the Boniface thing. It was his fault. Not his fault, but his injuries.
I can't even say whose fault it is. It's just, here's the thing. If Milan knew about the injury situation, then you would think that they would consider themselves or have a discussion over the whole deal before pursuing any further, even let alone bring the guy over to complete his medical. But there was apparently, the way I look at it, apparently there was probably something that they saw during the medical exam process that maybe Bayer Leverkusen didn't specify, or the medical doctors at Bayer Leverkusen didn't specify. So that's probably why they called the deal off, because they saw something and they don't want to take a risk on him. So maybe that's just my guess.
Yeah, let me read what this says. AC Milan are set to call off their loan deal for Boniface following medical examination reveals concerns of his right knee. According to like a Gazette, I can never say it, Telesport. Milan agreed a season-long loan with an option of 30 million. But
yeah, he was about to join, and then the deal was called off the last second.
Damn. Examination showed that his right knee, which had badly surgery repaired twice following ACL injuries, is currently not 100%.
If that's what it is, then he can't come.
Sure.
It sucks.
Yeah.
He was a player. He was actually a player I was excited to bring onto the team. A player I was excited for. But what can you do? If he's not 100%, he's not 100%. But you just got to go for other targets and wish for the best, and wish Boniface the best of luck. Unfortunately, so
yeah,
I just hope that he still gets to be able to play. Obviously, I hope that this doesn't put a sour taste in Bayer Leverkusen's mouth. So hopefully he still plays.
No, I hear you. What do you think of other strikers then? Like Højlund? Like me personally, I would take Højlund, but I want him on loan with no option, no obligation or anything like that. But I have Harry freaking Kane. You know what I mean? He would be...
No, exactly. I would have, between Vlahovic or Højlund, I would have preferred Højlund, obviously. And like you just said, it would have been like a loan deal, which I believe Milan proposed to Manchester United as well. It was a loan deal with an option to buy, because I just don't know, man. Vlahovic is like a hit or miss at this point, especially with everything Gio's been telling me. Even though he scored today, that he still had his moments where he looked a little bit sloppy throughout the game today. So, except for that one play where he set up, the counterattack to be able to score the goal.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Because, like I said, I would take Højlund, but I have Harry Kane and I've got Kusiarasea. So, he's a young player. You know what I mean?
So then at that point, do you need Højlund?
No, but just to fill up the squad.
Yeah.
Because, realistically, if we get easier opponents, Kusiarasea, our young Swedish striker, would probably play those games, if not come on as a substitute. Harry Kane, could he play every game of the season? Yeah. But I feel like, now he's always not been the best in big games. That's fact. But I don't think it helps when he's played 30 games going into the freaking Champions League semi-final or whatever. And it's not an excuse. Did he turn up? No, he freaking didn't. And it pissed me off. But at the same time, if he's fresh, and I mean fresh as a daisy, for a massive game against Real Madrid or whoever it is, I think he probably will perform better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, we know what the Bayern border like. We're only allowed to get goals. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well,
I know.
It's you gotta throughout the season. Listen, throughout the season, a lot of factors can play in for your team. Injuries, making sure the players are 100% for the game, and just trying to get the results at the same time. I think that if Harry Kane stays healthy, he could be your most important player, of course. Obviously, he can't play every single game because there's going to have to be some games where he has to rest. So my question for you is, do you have confidence in that youth player that's going to come off the bench? Or do you feel like you need Højlund, or you would try to go after maybe another striker, if not Højlund?
I think I don't think we need Højlund, but I do think having him there, is another good striker to have. Do I have confidence in Kusiarase? Yes, but when it's crunch time, no. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't have confidence in him in a Champions League game against Real Madrid.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, it was interesting that we didn't fully play one of our youngsters, Carl, who's going to be the backup to Olise in the Stuttgart game, and it was said because he's young that they didn't want to put too much pressure on him in a big game. Which I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then we need to go get Højlund then. Because if that's the case with him, then they're going to do the same with.
Well,
Sweden.
at least you guys play your youth players. I wish
Wow.
my team could do the same.
To be fair, we've only literally done it in pre-season, and we'll see what happens this season. We weren't doing that last season, and that was one of my criticisms of the manager.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we've got all of these young players. Why not bring them through?
You
sold.
would think.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. We sold one of our centre attacking mids, Paul Vanner, to PSV, because he wanted out of the club, because he didn't believe that he was going to get game time. And it's the board is just so bad. I know your board is terrible as well, but the board is just Max Erbel's a fucking idiot. Put it lightly. The amount of we got rejected by freaking Garnacho. You're taking the piss.
We got bullied in the Reinders deal, only selling them for 55 mil, with bonuses that could make the deal go up to 70. And then people wonder why we can't be taken seriously anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, fully. I'm with you. Fully. Is that Nico Paz to Milan? Who's that?
Oh, you gotta watch Nico Paz, man. I know we jokingly made that bet. Huh?
Is he Argentinian?
I think so. I
think I've watched him.
I think, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Como.
He's at Como.
I've seen him.
Obviously, if you haven't watched the recent Tutto Calcio episodes, for those people in the chat, I made a bet that if Como were to make top 4 this season, I would have to show up to the next podcast at the end of the year wearing an Inter jersey. And yeah, they're looking very scary. They won 2-0 at home today against Lazio, and Nico Paz was involved in both goals. He had a beautiful play where he turned and twisted around the defender and submitted a beautiful through ball pass to his teammate. And then the second goal, he scored it himself on a free kick, and it was an amazing curling shot from outside the box, man. My God. Nico Paz, he facilitates that team to perfection. That's a player for people to watch out for sure. Not just for Serie A reasons, but I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid paid that 10 million euro buyback clause to bring Nico Paz back to the club. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, nothing surprises me with them scumbags, to be quite honest. But I understand. But so you basically what you're telling me is you're crapping yourself just a little bit, with that Inter jersey coming.
We're not gonna. We would never be able to get Paz. Are you kidding me? 70 mil for Nico. If Como wants 70 or 80 mil for Nico Paz, you think Milan's gonna pay that much money? Are you kidding me? You know what team we're talking about? This is Milan. We don't spend that much money for a player. I think the most we've ever spent was for Leao back in 2019. That was it. It was like 49, close to 50 mil. That was the most we've ever spent for a player. And then, of course, recently with Yassadi and I think De Ketelaere a few years ago for 30. De Ketelaere for 35 mil, and then Yassadi for 37. That was the most we've ever spent for a player. We would never spend 70 mil.
So if you get Dusan Vlahovic though, is it going to be a loan or a buy?
I would prefer it to be a loan because I need to see how this man performs throughout the season before we can even consider signing him permanently. And he needs to lower. I'm sorry, he needs to lower his wages. I think I heard the other day he was asking for 6.5 million euros. He wants to get paid nearly as much as Leao. Brother, you just came off of a crap season. Yeah, you scored today in the first game to open the new Serie A campaign, but the entire summer you've made yourself look like a laughingstock. So if you want to really solidify yourself in this Milan team, you got to at least lower your wages to like 5 mil or 4.5 mil a season. We're not paying you close to what Leao makes.
No, I get you. There he is.
Oh, here we go.
There he is. Hey, man, how are you? Only 37 minutes late.
Oh, man, he's been in the group chat. He's been saying, like, oh, at least we won today. Unlike Milan lost yesterday. We won today. I'm like, okay, listen, it's the first game of the season. There's still 37 more games to go. Relax. Yeah, Mr. Vlahovic, savior of my club over there. Bashing him all summer, and then he was all happy when Vlahovic scored today. Look at it. Vlahovic didn't miss today.
Hey, you put some respect on his name, bro. Not Vlaco missed today.
Yeah, Gio, I don't want to hear you talking smack about Vlahovic anymore. All right, no more slander in that, man.
Poor guy, man. Gio. Is there any more transfers other than maybe striker coming in?
I mean, as far as I know, it's most likely going to be Vlahovic, unfortunately. I would have loved to have been Boniface, but the deal's off. And we really, really need to get a few more center backs because we can't just go into the season with those three that started yesterday. And Coney de Winter. They need a few more center backs to come into that team. Because I'm sorry, I can't. The thing with Milan is they've addressed the midfield issue and somewhat the strikers issue in the last few years, but they have not addressed the defensive issue. And in a sense, I kind of feel bad for Mike Maignan because Maignan makes it seem like he's a bad goalie when the guy can't save every shot when he's got a shambolic defense in front of him. It kind of reminds me of like Man United a little bit with Onana. Yeah, Onana has his mistakes, but he does also save Man United from time to time. I mean, what can Onana do when he's got a shambolic defense in front of him? You know what I mean? So.
There's no ambition, Liam.
No, he doesn't.
It is, bro, because you've been slandering him the whole damn
it is
window.
Yeah, the entire window you've been slandering him. Yes, it is.
Bro, I want a YouTube apology video. I want you crying on the fucking stream, and I want you to say sorry. Big up you fucking.
Any other news for Bayern over there?
Yeah, Jadon Sancho, loan move by the looks of it. I just don't really know what to say on it. Would I take him? Yes, obviously.
Yeah,
he's a good player. I just at times I don't like the fact of like players that are pro Dortmund coming in because like obviously we've had Dortmund players in the past. Don't get it twisted, one of our greatest ever strikers, come from Dortmund. Lewandowski.
You're kind of like Milan fans with Juventus players and Juventus fans with Milan players.
Like I've seen him, and he's quite a lazy player as well. That's the thing, you know what I mean? Like, but I would take him on a loan. I'm not going to say no to a player of his ability. And yeah, obviously we spoke about Dybala, which I don't necessarily believe. I don't know what to believe with the Dybala stuff because, like I said, it's coming from an in the know source, which I could make a Twitter account right now and just put loads of tweets up. You know what I mean? It's not hard. So is the person actually in the know or not? You know what I mean? Other than that, that basically the board don't trust Max Erbel. We are only going to be getting loan deals. We were pushing to get Nicholas Jackson, but they want Chelsea wants 70 million for him, and we don't want to spend any money on him at all. You know what I mean? We want him on a loan. So I would take Dusan Vlahovic, but because of him being from Serbia, I don't think he'd ever come to Germany because there's like some shit there. So yeah, you know, I know Gio obviously likes to hear me say that, but obviously again, I've got Harry Kane. I don't have Jonathan David. It's quite funny scrolling through my feed while I was watching AEW and seeing Didi tweeting, I don't like what I see from Jonathan David. Like,
oh, what Didi was saying. Oh yeah, she's another one. She was slandering Vlahovic all summer. Then recently she was talking highly of him all of a sudden and being like in the group chat, oh yeah, you guys need to apologize now. You guys are making fun of him. So it was so funny. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. You know, forget the 5-year contract extension. Now Vlahovic needs a 10-year contract extension with you.
Yeah, lifetime
10-year.
deal.
Yo, $20 million, $20 mil goal per bonus contract. Yo,
100, man. Like every appearance, he needs a million.
Best player.
Yeah, 100%.
You're all forget
Like,
Yildiz. Yo, forget
bro.
Yildiz. He's your Serbian Del Piero. That guy. Forget Yildiz.
Yeah, like bro, who the hell is Platini? Like Platini doesn't even exist. You know, it's all about Dusan Vlahovic. You know what I mean? So
it's all about Vlahovic, man.
100, man. Like I don't even know who Platini is, mate. To be honest. What's this? Get the fuck out of here, Fran. Let's talk about Boniface. Well, to be honest, we did talk about him, but because you're late, you're celebrating since you're celebrating your mid-win over Parma, you know what I mean? Like you need to do Dusan Vlahovic to bail you out and so on.
Oh, he's every day he's begging. He's like, yo, Milan, you still there, bro? And then when he heard about the Boniface news, the thing is, I love how he's like, yo, what about is Boniface coming to Milan? He knows he's not coming to Milan. He's just trying to instigate me, and it's not working. He's trying to instigate me. And every day, this guy, Vlahovic is still available. You guys want Vlahovic? Come take Vlahovic. Like, we don't want him,
Lifetime deal, man. Lifetime deal. What did Anthony say? Let me read this. As for Conrad Harder, it's another gamble on a young player who's unproven. I don't know anything about him, and I hope. Yeah, if you get him, yeah, that's gonna be the hope, isn't it? Fully.
I don't know. I just don't watch the league he plays in. I don't know too much about him. Who knows? Maybe if he does come to the team, he can blow up into our starting 11 striker and bang in goals left and right. I don't know.
This is wait. Wait. No. Wait. This is where we conjure this, right? Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this, right? So on my Mac, I'm going to just look at the camera. Just do me a favor and just look at the camera.
Gotcha, bro.
There we go. So I've got a screenshot, Gio. So the next time you lose, because you will lose because your team is shit, I'm going to send this picture to Francesco, and he's going to roast you after you were roasting him, bro. This comes full circle. You've got to remember this, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm a shameless prick, but I had to hold it when Barcelona beat us 4-1. Because we own Barcelona, so I thought we were going to beat, you know what I mean? So, Gio, bro, just watch it, my G. I know it's friendly banter. I know you're not being serious, but You need to watch it, mate, because your team, you're not fucking prime Real Madrid, bro. Your team is shit. Well, when Bayern loses, I'll be there. Don't worry, 100%. And I'll be here. I'll be here to tell you to fuck out my stream, bro. You know what I mean? So, man said, I wish Juventus lose.
You know what's funny? He's making fun of Milan for Cremonese, right? But if I'm not mistaken, with that strong Juventus team that they had a few years ago, didn't they lose 1-0 to Benevento at home? I mean, I don't know. You tell me. So he acts like he's never lost to a. He acts like Juventus has never lost to a newly promoted Serie B team before. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man.
Oh, this guy, man. This guy. That's true, Francesco. He always begs us to take Blackwood at Milan, and now he's switching his tone.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking turn into a Geo roast. But I thought you said Milan is back. I still think Milan win the Scudetto. Yeah, that's what I said. Like,
we have to see, man. I mean, if we don't win, if we end up tying or losing against Lecce,
what I'm saying right now. Oh, what are you talking about? Completely different, man. It's completely different. And then this guy that said, haha, he thinks Milan is better than Inter. Yeah, we are, because of all last season. I can't even imagine what Milan's going to do to Inter this season.
That's what Gio just sent me.
I mean, I wasn't wrong with that, though. We were kind of owning Inter all year last year. I wasn't wrong. Yeah, we had a bad season, but that was one positive that I could look at. I mean, what do you want me to do?
I'm not trying to be that guy, and Francesco wears glasses, so again, I'm not being that guy. And to be fair, I need glasses. But what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, Gio? Nah, bless up, my G. You know I'm only messing around. To be fair, I need glasses. I need to wear mine, but they give me headaches, so I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit.
And I was also telling him today because he was like, oh, eat it, bro. Eat it. Yeah, we got to win. You guys did. I'm like, yo, first game. Relax. Calm down.
Fucking calling me Jabba the Hutt again. You fucking prick. Yeah, bro, I could say we're going to go win everything this year. Just because we've won 6 now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. The next game we could lose. Hopefully we don't, because that means
I am nervous about the next game though. We're facing Lecce away from home, and our youth player is on loan at Lecce. And since this former star striker Kristovic left Lecce to go to Atalanta, Camarda is the normal starting striker for Lecce. And I'm nervous that this man's going to get his first Serie A goal against us.
Yeah, that would be
very nervous. And I have a feeling it's going to happen. I don't know why. I just have a feeling it's going to happen.
No, I hear you. Yeah, that would just be typical to score his first goal against you.
Oh, yeah, just to rub more salt into the wound, Yeah.
But as a whole,
abysmal year we've already been having.
I know you obviously lost the game, so obviously you're not happy. Makes sense. But at the same time, did you see any positives from the game or not?
I mean, the only positive I could really see was with Modric. He was doing what he could to try to facilitate that midfield. He sent a beautiful over-the-top through ball pass to Santi, which he did score, but unfortunately it was called offside. So,
how many minutes did Modric play?
I think it was around 60 minutes, maybe. He couldn't. The thing is, as much as I would like him to play the full 90 minutes, he can't. He's 40 years old.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
It just. When I saw him getting subbed off, I'm like, okay, who are we bringing on? And I saw who we were bringing on. I'm like, okay, who's he? Now, is Loftus-Cheek and Fofana coming off? Nope. Ricci stayed on the bench the entire 90 minutes. One of the guy that was one of our standout players the entire preseason was on the bench for the entire game. That's where I was just like, okay, cool.
What did he say? Bro, if Milan don't get another centre back, then I don't know.
Yeah, I mentioned that. We need not just one center back. We need a few.
Bless up, Baron. How are you, bro? Who else? I don't know, bro. I'm so fuming that like Bayern didn't go for Vega. Like he went to some shit Spanish team for like 30 mil. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing as well. Look, with the transfer market as a whole, you know, if we can manage to get some players on loan, we get Dybala or whatever the thing is, we might not get anyone. Like, it's still been an out because yes, we got Diaz, but with a proper board, Diaz does not cost 75 million. He's a good player. Don't get it twisted. I really enjoyed watching him, and I'm glad we've got him and everything. But with 75 million, it's just, I don't think many players are worth 75 million in my opinion. I know that the transfer window and transfer business is just bonkers, where you got players go for like 200 mil or whatever.
These prices are so inflated today, man.
But like as a whole, if we would have stopped the Wirtz BS, you know, we could have got Cherky, we could have pushed for Reinders, you know what I mean? We could have pushed for all of these players, you know what I mean? And instead, you know, then we had to spend 75 million on Diaz, which again, I'm happy with Diaz, but you know, we could have got somebody else. So, like, yeah, man, let's see what happens, I guess.
Is Neuer still playing for you, I assume?
Yes.
Is it his final year? Is he going to finally hang up his boots? Or
it's saying it's his final year, but I don't think it is. I just don't.
He's like, hey, if he's still playing good,
yeah, that's the
why not?
So yeah, you know, it just is what it is. It just is what it is with it. But who's your next game against? Oh, you just told me, didn't you? Lecce.
Yeah, we got Lecce, and don't sleep on Lecce.
Right? It's a league game.
It's a league game, but Lecce like to really put up a fight with the big boys in Italy, so I can't sleep on them.
So yeah, the reason I asked that again, even though you just told me, was because Bayern's next game is the DFB Pokal first round, so our cup first round, and we're playing against a third division team. So realistically, we shouldn't be playing the full team. That makes no sense. I think Kim and Jay plays. I think some of our youngsters play. Obviously, some of the experience as well. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to watching that. You know, this is obviously the Bundesliga, the league, and you'll know this. Obviously, I know that you don't win the league as much as you should, but you'll know this as like heritage-wise. Like you're expected to win the main trophy. But I want this cup more than anything, if I'm honest with you, even more than the Champions League, because we haven't won it since we last won it, which obviously, but at the same time, we haven't been serious in it since we last won it. So since we last the sextuple, bro, we got smashed 5-0 by Gladbach. We got beaten twice by third division teams and knocked out. So, you know, I want that DFB Pokal more than anything.
I think you're the first person that said they wanted a cup over the Champions League.
Yeah, no, fully. Like, I need that cup because I'm just sick of seeing, like, the thing with the Champions League and Bayern, unless we are just ridiculously freaking good, which could be the case, like, a lot of the time it's a who's who on who wins the Champions League. Like, most of the time when we're the best team, we win it. But if we're not the best team, we normally get to the later stages, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Now, don't get it twisted. Would I have liked to beat Milan? Yes. Or Inter, sorry. Not Milan. Inter. Like, I would have loved to beat them. I would have loved to beat in Barca. You know, I don't know what would happen against Barca. And then PSG, you know, so on. But, like, with that cup, realistically, we should be winning that as well. You know what I mean? If the league is such a piss easy league, as some people say, not you, but some people do say that, like, surely the cup should be the same. You know what I mean? And we haven't been serious in that cup. So I'm like, yeah, I want that cup more than anything.
Well, I feel like the cup with cup games, it's anyone's game. You know, it's like,
yeah,
everything, you know, all in that game. I just feel like the cup games would be more competitive than, you know, just the standard league games. Because I've seen big teams, even in Coppa Italia, get knocked out. You know, Napoli last season, they got knocked out. Even though we made it to the final, we lost to Bologna. You know, those smaller mid-table teams, they take those cup games very seriously.
Yeah.
So cup competition is a way different ball game compared to a league game, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, fully, I agree. Where the hell's the photo I just got from my phone? Where the fuck is it? Why is it not showing me? Oh my god, I'm trying to show you this thing, and it's not allowing me to. This thing's so fraudulent. All right, let me try this again. But yeah, no, fully. You know, like I said, we got knocked out by a third division team. You know what I mean? Like that in itself just shows, you know, that cup games can be totally different.
And it happens. It happens.
It just is what it is. What is going on right now? I'm trying to show you something and it won't allow me to. This is so fraudulent. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so here's me with the thing, you know.
Was that when you were on your trip?
Yeah. I want that
That's
trophy.
awesome.
You know what I mean? So you know when the Arsenal fan says, "Is yours gold?" Yeah, actually, my fucking trophy is gold, rather than the trophy got out of a Kinder Egg. You fucking gimps. So, stop shouting up. There we go. But yeah, obviously I want the Champions League. Don't get it twisted. But like, I've seen the Champions League in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? It'll be sick.
I wish I could say the same. Unfortunately.
So,
maybe one day, you know.
Well, yeah, but at least you've seen the Champions League in your lifetime. You know, certain man in the comments haven't. You know.
Oh, but you know, I get roasted, you know, on the show saying, "Oh, I saw when I was like in diapers." I'm like, listen, don't be jealous because I saw it in middle school, and you have yet to see your team win one. Okay, don't be jealous.
No, fully. Like, I do definitely feel like it's quite convenient.
It's jealousy. It's jealousy. They're just jealous because I saw it.
Like,
they didn't.
You don't think it's quite convenient for them to bring up that, you know, the last time you lost was 100 years ago to that team. But like when you try and bring up the past, it's time machine.
Oh, but that's when it's convenient to bring up the past. But then once you start bringing it up, we got to stop talking about the past, talk about the present. Yeah, whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Big up to Dom, but you are a fraud, bro.
Nah, I love Dom, man. He's like an older brother that annoys me, but I love him at the end of the day.
Francesco, is there a rivalry between Como and Milan?
Not that I know of.
Okay, not that you know. Do you will witness greatness in the United States when Yamal wins the World Cup? Bro, fuck Yamal. That little braces bitch. There was something else I was going to ask you. I don't know what it was. Obviously, because I was on holiday and so on, we've missed a couple shows. What was your expectations for the season?
For my season?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to still see my team go head-to-head with Napoli for the title, but judging by that first game, it seems like there's still room for improvement in certain positions in that starting 11, especially defensively, being specific about the defense. Starting from next game, they have to really start picking it up and really get the 3 points and just keep grinding out games and winning and being more competitive, because if they keep allowing teams, you know, at the level of like Cremonese, Lecce, Parma, continue to beat them down like that, I don't see them, you know, competing with Napoli for the title at all. All right. And then at that point, we just got to start worrying about top 4 and just forget about the league title at that point.
No, I hear it. No, I'm with you. How good is Pulisic? Could he join another big team? Somebody else. Second ask. What do you think about Pulisic?
He was not great yesterday. He was another player. Actually, I forgot to mention him. He was a player that was not really performing very well yesterday. He seemed like he didn't know who to give the ball to. He wanted to try to give the ball to Santiago Jimenez, and he just failed to do so. And you could clearly tell that he was missing Leao the entire game. I think the entire team as a whole was missing Leao that game. I know I like to slander Leao from time to time, but I do hate to admit, unfortunately, that with Milan without Leao, there's
why was he not there? Is he injured?
Yeah, he injured himself in the Coppa Italia game against Bari when Milan won 2-0 last weekend.
Oh, okay.
I guess he went for a header. He jumped, and when he landed awkwardly and twinged his calf a little bit. and he wasn't able to make it to this game. And I believe he's not going to be able to make it to the game against Lecce as well. It's like a huge question mark if he's going to play or not, which is it sucks. I mean, it's like the same thing with Napoli, with Lukaku. The way he got injured, he was going to take a shot, and he screwed up something in his thigh muscle.
Yeah. No. I'm with you. Leo is pursuing different career in streaming. It's over.
He has been streaming a lot recently.
Nah, that's just probably a passion, though, is it not? Because he obviously is very close to speed, isn't he? I show speed.
Listen, he, no question, is our best counter-attacking player on that team and one of the most lethal counter-attacking players in the league. There's no debate. But the problem is, as I mentioned before, is his inconsistencies when he feels like he wants to play. So once he comes back from his injury, depending on when he comes back, he really needs to start stepping it up and helping this Milan team compete for, at the minimum, a top 4 spot this year in Serie A. Because, especially with what I saw yesterday against Cremonese, Santiago Jimenez did not look good alongside Christian Pulisic at all. I hate to say it. I still have belief in Santi, but I'm starting to lose faith just a little bit. He gets, like I mentioned before, he gets bodied off the ball way too easily. When he tries to go on a breakaway, he's very sluggish, and his passes have been off a little bit. And that first touch, he really needs to improve that first touch. And his hold-up play, too. He's got to improve his hold-up play.
So, what? When's your transfer window close?
I believe it's next week. Yep, next week.
Yeah.
So it's right around the corner. Milan still have a few more days to try to negotiate with any clubs for a few more signings. At least I would hope.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be interesting. 100% going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Smash the likes if you haven't already. Big up for coming on as always, my bro.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me as always, and I'm glad to see that you had a great time in your trip.
Nah, bless up, man. I seen your messages and I was like, nah, man. You're like, don't worry if you can't do the show. And I'm like, no, I'm doing the show. I missed this show.
I'm doing it, man.
Yeah, fully. So, there isn't actually anyone live, so I can't rate anyone. But, yeah, no, big up to everybody. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Smash likes if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. Check out Francesco's channel. I'm still pushing to get him to do the content, even though he says no.
How about this? Because I'm not going to have time to do the YouTube channel thing. Check out the Tutto Calcio show, guys. We go on, we banter. We get to see me get slandered 24/7. But
let me find.
At the end of the day, it's a show where it's growing, and we're making moves out here in Tutto Calcio. We're bringing on some new members. Obviously, I won't say anything, but there's some new members that we do want to plan to try to bring on in the future from different teams that they support in Serie A. But check us out, man. It's a fun time, and we just we talk football and we banter with each other.
There we go. I put it in the chat for you guys a couple of times, 4 times, in the chat. Go check that out. Click that. It's funny. They're always taking the piss out of each other. So,
they love making fun of me, man. They love it.
Yeah,
they love it, man.
Yeah, it doesn't help when certain family members are on the panel, bro.
Oh yeah, my cousin showing up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
As soon as he heard Milan lost, now I gotta show up now.
I'll be there.
I'll be there now. I'm just kidding, man. I love Nino.
Big up to Nino, yeah, 100. But yeah, smash the likes, people. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the link I put in the chat. And yeah, we're up. Mia. Peace.